So here's the quick, real talk version. As Chiefs camp wrapped up, something a little unexpected popped up with Kareem Hunt. He wasn't taking part in the final practice, was working on the sideline with trainers, and the team later labeled it a quad contusion. That's the headline, and it's the kind of thing that matters because of timing. Camp's closing, preseason is next, and the running back room is tighter than you might think. You already know the backfield isn't a one-man show. Isaiah Pacheco, Elijah Mitchell, Brashard Smith, Carson Steele, newly signed Michael Wiley, all of them are fighting for limited spots and roll snaps. The article that broke the update points out that the Chiefs would likely keep no more than 4 backs unless something unusual happens. That's what makes Hunt's sideline day a little more eyebrow-raising than if it had happened in the middle of a relaxed camp week. Now, let me be clear. Hunt's roster spot feels secure given what he did after returning mid-season, leading the team in yards from scrimmage last year and showing he still has work left in the tank. But secure and the role you get are two different things. Missing practices right when you're sorting reps can cost you third down opportunities or fewer snaps in preseason games, and younger, hungrier players, like Brashard Smith the piece mentions, can make coaches think twice about where those passing down reps go. For you watching this as a die-hard fan, the practical takeaway is simple. Monitor the next official update, but don't panic immediately. A quad contusion can be a short-term, manageable issue, but at 30 years old and with significant career carries on his body, Hunt's margin for small setbacks is slimmer than it used to be. The team's statement and what you'll see on the field this week, helmet or no helmet, who's getting practice reps, who's getting used in walkthroughs, will tell us whether this is an isolated bump or a possible change in the pecking order. Quick question for you while we dig deeper. Do you want the Chiefs to continue leaning on Hunt in a moderate role this season, or would you prefer they protect his workload and push younger backs into bigger roles? Drop your vote in the comments. Moderate Hunt or lean on youth. And if you like this kind of up-to-the-minute Chiefs breakdown, hit subscribe and help us reach 5,000 subs. It really helps the channel get more access and brings more daily coverage to you. So now that we know Hunt had to miss some final camp reps, let's talk about what that actually means for the Chiefs' backfield. The competition is tight. Pacheco, Mitchell, Brashard Smith, Carson Steele, and Michael Wiley are all working for meaningful snaps. And any time a veteran like Hunt misses a practice, it opens a small window for others to shine. This isn't a total shakeup, but even minor timing shifts can influence coaches' decisions on game day rotations, especially for passing down and third down situations. Isaiah Pacheco remains the clear starter, and that's unlikely to change. He's shown consistency, explosive playmaking, and durability, which the team relies on heavily. But Hunt's absence on the field means Pacheco might get extra reps in drills that would normally be shared, giving him even more familiarity with the first-team offense. Elijah Mitchell also benefits in scenarios where Hunt's workload is reduced. If Hunt needs a few extra days to feel right, Mitchell could see more. Early season touches, particularly on third downs or in situational packages. Then there's Brashard Smith and Carson Steele, two young backs who are hungry to impress. Missing practice gives them the chance to grab coaches' attention, show versatility, and maybe even influence the depth chart. Michael Wiley, a recent addition, could also see some reps he might not have had otherwise, while Hunt is still the veteran who commands respect and will likely be involved heavily in the rotation once healthy. The key takeaway is this. Chiefs fans, keep an eye on which backs get reps during preseason games because it will give us an early look at potential role shifts. Coaches sometimes reward availability, and a few standout snaps from the younger players could slightly tweak Hunt's usual usage. Let's also remember the context. Hunt's production last season was solid. He led the team in yards from scrimmage after returning mid-season and proved he still has the explosiveness and vision to make plays. But missing practices now could slightly slow his ramp-up, affecting timing with Patrick Mahomes and chemistry with receivers in motion. The team is careful with veteran workloads, but in football, every rep counts, especially when younger guys are hungry to make their mark. Here's a quick question for you. If Hunt has to sit a bit early in the season, who would you rather see take over some snaps? Pacheco, Mitchell, or the rookie duo of Smith and Steele? Drop your vote in the A comments, and let's see who the community thinks deserves the opportunity. Also, if you're enjoying these in-depth Chiefs breakdowns, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Hitting 5,000 subscribers keeps us bringing you this kind of daily, detailed coverage straight to Chiefs fans like you. Now let's take a step back and talk about the bigger picture with Kareem Hunt, his age, workload, and what that could mean for the Chiefs this season. Hunt isn't a young back anymore. He's around 30, and we all know the reality for running backs is that the body starts to feel the mileage around this point in a career. Between heavy carries, hits in the open field, and the grind of NFL seasons, even small injuries can have a bigger impact than they would on younger players. That's why a quad contusion, while not alarming on its own, becomes something to monitor closely for the team and for fans like you. Hunt has proven he can still be explosive. His vision, ability to pick up, blitzes, and knack for making big plays after contact are all things that make him valuable. But there's always a trade-off. A veteran back can give leadership, reliability, and a steady hand in the locker room, while younger players bring raw explosiveness and long-term upside. Chiefs coaches have to balance that. If Hunt's workload is managed carefully, he can still be effective, especially in passing situations or short yardage plays. But if the team leans too heavily on him, we could see a drop in efficiency, or he might miss crucial reps in practice that build chemistry with the offense. From a fan perspective, this is an important lens. Hunt's experience and leadership are huge assets. Younger backs can watch and learn, pick up habits, and understand the system better. But the reality is, NFL teams need production on the field, and if Hunt misses early reps due to minor injuries, that could shift the team's strategy. They might use a committee approach a bit more heavily, early in the season to keep him fresh, which also gives guys like Pacheco and Mitchell a chance to develop rhythm and confidence. It's also worth thinking about sustainability. Can Hunt maintain a meaningful role throughout the season without extra wear and tear? That's where careful management comes in, limiting unnecessary reps, focusing on recovery, and utilizing him in high-leverage situations rather than overloading him. Chiefs fans have seen this approach work before with veteran backs, and Hunt's familiarity with the offense makes it easier to integrate him without losing rhythm. So here's a question for you. Would you rather see the Chiefs use Hunt as a steady veteran to manage the load, or push him for every explosive play while leaning on younger backs when he needs rest? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to see what the community thinks. And don't forget, if you haven't yet, subscribe and hit the bell. We're building toward 5,000 subscribers so we can keep delivering these timely, in-depth updates straight to Chiefs fans like you. All right, so now that we've covered Hunt's current situation and the implications for the backfield, let's talk about what to watch next as the Chiefs move forward. First, keep an eye on practice reports. Even small updates can give us clues, whether Hunt is back in full drills, limited in reps, or still working with trainers. These little details help predict how the rotation might shake out in the early season games. If he's fully participating, that's a good sign he'll slide right back into his usual role. If reps are still limited, it could be a signal for a heavier committee approach. Preseason games will also be telling. Watch who gets the ball in key situations, especially third downs and red zone plays. Coaches tend to reward availability, and the younger backs like Brashard Smith or Carson Steele could take advantage of Hunt's missed reps to make a case for more playing time. Even if Hunt remains the featured back, these reps can change the depth chart slightly and influence snap counts early on. Another angle is the official injury designations. A quad contusion is generally manageable, but how the team lists him questionable, probable, or otherwise, can affect your expectations for the first few games. Fans should also pay attention to his role on special teams. Sometimes, veteran backs are eased into the season with limited exposure in high-contact drills or on certain packages, keeping them fresh for bigger plays down the road. From a fan perspective, the main takeaway is this: stay informed, don't panic, and watch the details. Hunt's talent and experience mean he'll likely have a major role once fully healthy, but early season usage could be slightly different than in past campaigns. The team knows how to manage veteran backs and protect their longevity, and Chiefs fans should trust the coaching staff to balance production and health. Here's a question to get you thinking: if Hunt needs a bit of extra time, do you trust the Chiefs to handle the RB situation effectively with a committee approach? Drop a yes or no in the comments. I want to see what the community thinks. And while you're doing that, don't forget to like this video if you found this breakdown helpful, and hit that subscribe button. Remember, helping us reach 5,000 subscribers keeps more detailed, up-to-date Chiefs news coming straight to you every day. All right, so to wrap things up, what does all of this mean for Chiefs fans? Kareem Hunt missing the final practice at camp and dealing with a quad contusion isn't a career-altering event, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Timing matters. We're at the end of camp, reps are limited, and the backfield is crowded with hungry players ready to make an impression. That combination makes even minor setbacks noteworthy, especially when you consider Hunt's age and workload. The biggest takeaway is that the Chiefs have options. Isaiah Pacheco is still the lead back, but if Hunt needs a few extra days to get back to full strength, other players, Mitchell, Brashard Smith, Carson Steele, and Michael Wiley, could see increased snaps. That gives the team flexibility and helps protect Hunt's longevity. For fans, it's important to trust the coaching staff to manage the rotation strategically, keeping Hunt productive while giving younger backs opportunities to develop rhythm and confidence early in the season. It's also a reminder of the value Hunt brings beyond the stat sheet. His experience, leadership, and knowledge of the offense are invaluable. Young backs can learn from him, and his presence in the locker room sets a tone for professionalism and preparation. Even if his role is slightly reduced early on, those intangibles make a huge difference. As you follow the season, keep watching practice reports, preseason reps, and the official injury designations. Those are the clues that tell us whether Hunt will slide right back into his usual role, or if the team will lean on a committee a little more heavily. And remember, small things can matter. The reps players get now shape the rotations for weeks to come, and staying informed as a fan keeps you ahead of the narrative. Here's a final question for you. If Hunt's early workload is limited, do you think the Chiefs' committee approach will keep the backfield effective, or will it slow down the offense? Vote yes if you trust the staff, no if you think it could be a problem. And of course, don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed the breakdown, subscribe to help us reach 5,000 subscribers, and hit that bell so you never miss an update. Every new subscriber helps bring more daily, detailed Chiefs news straight to fans like you. So that's the situation with Kareem Hunt and what to watch as the Chiefs start the season. He's still a major piece of the puzzle, but like any veteran back, health and timing are everything. Keep following, keep commenting, and stay engaged because this backfield battle could be one of the most interesting stories for Kansas City fans this year. The season is shaping up, and Hunt's role, whether moderate or heavy, will be key in how the Chiefs perform.